know y'all love the last one, so bought another one for you. And you're here with MC Faith and
Chidi, what's good? We're back. We did.
No, we did here, okay?
We did,
like you said, no vex.
We died, yeah.
Don't agree with anything we're saying, please. Don't be mad because we're just talking our talk. Doing whatever we want to do and saying whatever we want to say. So, this next topic that we're going to be talking about this time is cultural gender roles. Chidi, what do you think in the Nigerian culture a man's role is in a household?
Let's see. I mean, pretty general, like how it is with most men's household. Be the provider, be the leader of the house. Provide for your family. Always be there, be a rock that people can, be able to look at for inspiration and just be there to love. I know sometimes that it may be misconstrued. A lot of African dads, Nigerian dads specifically. Some people think they're not good lovers. They're not emotionally available enough. Again, everyone has their own case in point. I'm very aware of that. But I think a lot of the times, let us ourselves, the listeners, the ones that are going through this, going through the trauma, let's remember that our parents are human. Like our parents, just like how we're learning to grow up into adults, our parents are learning how to be parents.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you don't just wake up one day and you're the most experienced parent. No. Just like how we're growing up, we need to learn. We need to all learn. So I'm just like, sometimes just push your parents a little bit of slack, especially your fathers, that are, working very hard, working long hours.
Yeah.
But again, it is full circle, I definitely think that, the availability of, the Nigerian dad, just being there more often, it's always good. I think that would be our role. Honestly.
See, the thing is that, like, in the 21st century, you said Nigerian men have this role of, like, being the provider, being the protector, all those things. But I think, like, in the 21st century, even though they have all these roles of being the provider, a lot of Nigerian households are still 50-50. As in, the women they're working as well. Mm-hmm. They are also contributing to the bills. Mm-hmm. It may not be, like, exactly 50-50 they're contributing. It may be, like, maybe 40-60 or something like that, 30-70. Yeah. But they're still contributing.
Yeah, that's great.
Are those roles changing a bit? With are men now the sole providers? Are they quote unquote the man of the house?
Right. Yeah. Honestly, question mark. Yeah. Honestly, I think that whole entire concept and notion that the man should be the sole provider. No, because that's not a family. A family is a relationship. Two people uniting and having a beautiful family and both equally providing for each other. I personally, I believe in equality. Yeah. Right. I believe in just people being equal, people being treated well. Yeah. And all in all, I don't think that it should ever be too one-sided. I think sometimes because of different pressures that we faced in the past, a lot of us men do feel like, if we're not providing full-fledged everything for our family, we're failing as a man. But that's just not, we need to stop that. It just needs to stop. So,
Yeah, I think also, there are certain things that also take into factor here. For example, the Bible. The Bible clearly says the man is the provider, the man of the house is the leader, right? And so people use that as you're the man. The Bible says you're supposed to lead. I'll follow. But then some people don't want to follow.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of relates to even our generation, right? Like our day and age generation.
Our generation.
Yeah, it trickles down. It's not so different, right? Because even a lot of the times, right? Let's say you take a girl on a date, right? Okay. Let's say you take a girl on a date.
Like the scene?
Yeah. Let's say you take a girl on a date. It's kind of you're as the man, you're expected to pay for the date.
Okay.
And that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Wait, why do you feel like that? Though?
I said you are.
You are what?
I told you to pay for the date.
What?
If you ask me out on a date, you're paying for the date.
Okay, wait, so is this, okay, that's, okay. I get that. If this
I didn't ask you.
If this is your first time going, why can't I pay for myself? Why can't you pay for yourself?
I'm not doing no 50-50 with no guy.
See, but that's ego though.
That's not ego.
I think that's ego.
You're asking me, let's go out together. You're paying for both of us.
Okay, so question. If somebody, and I just think that's a perfect example of the gender roles. That's just the expectations that I think they are respectful. It is the chivalry, but it's kind of it may hurt us in the long run. Only because some people aren't on the same page. So question for you. So do you feel and again, I 1000% if I'm taking my girl on a date, you know, I would rather pay. You know what I mean?
See,
I would rather pay.
what's the issue here?
It's different though because like we've been together for a while. Like if it's somebody that you just,
I feel like if because you've been together for a while, that even gives you more time to like relax and be like, oh, babe, pay for me this time. You know, treat me this time. In the beginning, the guy should pay.
So, question: if a guy asks you, "Hey, Faith, do you want to go on a date?"
Yeah.
But hey, by the way, you're gonna have to pay for your own transparency, right? Like, no, I'm saying it's transparency.
Yeah.
Girl, like you know, gender roles.
It's good that you tell me even before we go because then I'll say I'm not going.
Why?
Because I don't want to go for a date. Why would I go date with you so I can pay?
So is your for most women is it money or is it like actually going on the date?
I don't know about most women, but I think it's just the principle of it.
So the principle being that the guy should always pay.
No, I didn't say. Don't put words in my mouth now, sir. I
didn't say
always.
The first date.
It doesn't have to be first date. You're asking me out to do something.
That's true.
You are taking me somewhere with you. Regardless of whether I have the funds for it, you want to take me out. I'm not taking myself out. If you're asking someone to go do something with you, you're thinking, okay, I want them to go. Whether you say yes or no, I should have a plan. Okay, I'll pay. Regardless.
Okay.
When we are dating and it comes to that time and I'm like, I want to treat my nigga out. Yeah, I'll take you out and I'll pay. Period.
Okay.
I'll buy stuff for you. Of course, I'm not saying all the time you have to be the one you have to do everything. No, I'm saying like if you're asking me out the first time, even the second time, third time, you're asking me to do something with you, you're paying.
But even that's another general in itself. Like girls don't feel comfortable asking guys out.
Yeah, I'm not asking a guy out first time.
See? Okay, so
why would I ask you?
No.
Ask you out?
Hold on. I'm sorry. So not the first time, but let's say you guys are 3 dates in. Would you feel comfortable enough to ask a guy out?
3 dates in, I think you just be like, hey, do you want to go
and then will you pay?
Yeah.
You will pay. You will pay for both.
I feel like if I'm asking you out, I'll pay for both. Yes.
Okay. I just feel like.
Unless if I tell you should take me out to this place, I want to go there. Telling you what to do, and you're gonna take me there, and you're gonna pay.
Okay. I get that perspective. You know, it just makes sense. It's kind of like, you know, I guess.
But also depends on how confident the girl is. Like I don't know. Third date, will I ask you out? I don't know. It also depends on like our level of comfortability with each other by that third date. Third date, I'm still feeling a little uncomfortable with you. I probably won't ask you.
Okay, so. You know, as far as I know we talked about the Nigerian dads. You know, we talked about the Nigerian dads, just you know, in general, seeing, you know, what you think, what I think that the roles are as a woman.
Yeah.
What do you think a Nigerian woman, you know, the gender roles are? What do you think? What do you agree with? What do you, I just kind of want to.
Okay. Like, so I think society puts the role of us being submissive. Number one. Nigerian woman. Yes. Okay. As in, like, your husband is calling you. I want to eat that. What's happening for dinner? Oh, okay, let me go and cook this. Oh, my husband. If I'm busy and you're asking for dinner, I'm like, you can wait 30 minutes, or you can go make it for us. Why not? Why does it have to be me? Or even the cooking in general. Why is it the woman that's cooking every single time? Why? We both go to work, we both come back home, but I'm still cooking dinner every night. I'm taking care of the kids every night. What are you doing? Going to sleep. Okay. That's a general. What else? Being submissive, cooking, always saying, like, being the yes man. If your husband is like, oh, yeah, we're going to do this. I'm making this decision for the family. There's no discussion. Just yes. That's going to happen. You think that's a role? I feel like that's a role that's being put on Nigerian women, yes. But I don't think it should be. I think our role is just to be supportive. There's a difference between being supportive and being submissive. Okay, so and that's honestly a tightrope that like a lot of people fall either on one side. Yeah. So how do you walk that tightrope? Like, and right. Especially you being a woman, like how do you think that you walk that tightrope? That you can portray that to a guy, you know what I mean? Because that's the hard part. Because you can walk it, but it's like, how can another guy tell what's in your mind? Yeah. So what do you think? I think like there's a fine line between being supportive and being submissive, right? I think with being submissive, you don't say your opinions out loud. Oh, okay. You're not vocal about what you think is right or what you want what you want, you know? That's being submissive. Your husband is like, on Tuesdays, we're going to go out to eat. Maybe on Tuesdays you don't want to go out to eat. Maybe you want to go out to eat on Wednesdays, but you're not going to say that because your husband's a leader. That to me is being submissive. Being supportive is different. Your husband comes to you like, oh, let's do this. Let's go eat on Tuesday. You're like, actually, I don't want to do that, but because I see that you want to do it on Tuesdays, I'm supporting you. You still told him what your mind was. You told him like, oh, this is not what I agree with, but I'm going to support you in this decision because I'm your wife and because I want to. That to me is the difference between being submissive and being supportive. And there is a fine line with that. Think that it's just, again, honesty, being honest and being open to having that communication. And I feel like also with Nigerian women and men, I just feel like there's this type of thing where Nigerian women are a little bit afraid of their men.
Yeah.
There's that fear in the wife, like, oh, if I do something bad, if I just misstep, say something wrong, he's gonna go out and cheat and find a new wife. It's that easy. It's that easy for me to find a new husband too.
So you think the fear is? Do you think the fear is cheating more so, or is it like kind of like domestic violence? Because
it could be, it could be anything.
Yeah,
it could be domestic violence. It could be cheating. It could be a husband that's absent. A husband that's not providing. Like it could be so many things where the woman is just scared that she doesn't want it to get to that level. Also, Nigerian women, and specifically, are scared of divorce.
Why?
I just feel like they are like that. Nigerians in general,
I do agree though.
They don't like that whole term of divorce. No, you're gonna stay in it until you work it out. God will push you.
You're literally demonized as a Nigerian woman if you divorce your husband.
Exactly. If you are an ex, an ex-wife, they're like, so why did your husband leave you? I left him, sis. What you mean? Like literally. I feel like there's that stigma of like being a divorcee. I don't want to be the one that was divorced on like the man divorced me, so I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna be submissive to whatever.
I know a lot of divorces though. Like I'm not in general, right? I know a lot of them have to do with like financial instability.
Yeah.
And like sometimes other things, whether it's like having an affair. Yeah. But I mean like. I feel like especially in the Nigerian community, all the aunties and uncles that I know, again, we're not dropping no names, but okay, but a lot of no vex, but a lot of the I feel like a lot of the Nigerian aunties and uncles that I know that have been divorced, it does come from financial instability or financial separation. But I'm not a fan of that because again, things come and go. Money comes and money goes. Is something that people don't understand will come and go. Yeah. Everybody that's listening to this, if you have a job, guess what? Tomorrow your job can shut down. Where we get money? God forbid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where do we get money? So I'm just kind of like, money's not everything. Yeah. Truthfully, I think that if more, again, everything is a funnel. I think that if more Nigerian women, kind of looked at the top of the funnel and were like, hey, forget the money. Am I being treated right? Am I being loved? Am I being appreciated?
Respected.
I just think that'll go so much longer. I think that relationships would last so much longer and they would be healthier.
Honestly, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. A lot of divorces happen because of money. I also think on the other spectrum, as a woman, thinking about it another way, is that sometimes men, their egos get in the way, where your woman starts making more money than you. Then they use that. They want to show their power. They go out and cheat.
Because the woman's making more money? God damn.
And then it's like, I want to play my power. I'm like, I'm still the man of the house. I can do whatever I want. So I'm going to go do this. Then, then the divorce happens and stuff like that. So it could also be the other way around where it's like, the woman is just making more. And it could just be like the man, maybe like you said, money comes and goes. Maybe the money isn't coming in for the man at this point. Or maybe the woman got a promotion in a job. Like different things happen. The balances change in a relationship and in a family. So it's like, it's never all going to be like, the same. Yeah. Sometimes the wife is going to have more than the husband. Sometimes the husband is going to have more than the wife. But you shouldn't let that balance affect your relationship with each other.
No, absolutely. It's weird. Like me personally, and you know what? Matter of fact, comment below, email us, hit us up on email, info@nigernation.org. Chat us, DM us somewhere. We want to hear what you think about this because it's really interesting. You know what I mean? Like as far as the gender roles go, like I know me personally, like I have zero problem if a woman is making more money than me, but you know why? It's because I'm just secure with myself. Like I don't think that, oh my God, my wife's making more money than me, she's gonna leave me. If she leaves me, cool, that's life. Like life happens, you know what I mean? But I mean, again, I'm very empathetic to, like it's all about your upbringing. Yeah. It's all about your childhood, childhood trauma that you went through, how you saw your parents,
how your parents treated you versus your siblings, having like the first child being a man.
Right.
versus having the first child be a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the first daughter, the first child in my family, and it's like, I don't have any brothers, so I can't even say, oh, this is how I see men being treated. But I have friends who have brothers who are older than them, who are the first. That is different from how I'm being treated. Like, obviously, the men are gonna have more leeway. They're gonna have more freedom. You can go out till midnight. Your parents are gonna be like, "You good? Okay, you good." But the girl better be back home by 8 p.m. If you're not home by 8 p.m., there is trouble for you here. Why is that? Or even with the guy, go out and find a wife. Go out and find. But with the girl, you mean focus on your books until you're at 20. Then be married by 25. Sis, how do I do that? How am I supposed to be focused on my books until I'm 23 and all of a sudden be married at 25?
Right.
Like, those are gender roles that are put on us by our parents. Like you said, it's from childhood.
Yeah.
That stuff put on us by our parents. And then that stuff we carry out with us. Like, that's trauma, low key.
I mean, all in all, I think that it comes from a place. Like, I want to touch on the fact that you said, whether it's like the son can stay out longer, the daughter may not be able to. Don't you think it comes from a place of like safety and like actually wanting your well-being? Because you got to think about it.
What
like,
about the men? You don't care about your boys?
No. But I'm just saying, like, let's actually be realistic, right? Like, a lot of women are obviously like more susceptible to being raped, being kidnapped than a man. Really bad. Again, anybody, all Nigerians, what do their parents say? Bad things happen at night. Bad things happen at night, right? I had a dream, right? It's kind of like.
Nah, I had the dream.
It's kind of
triggering.
Like, it's kind of like, as a woman, me personally, I wouldn't even feel comfortable going out at night. It's so sad because like there are so many people that are out to get me, especially as a black woman, especially as a Nigerian woman who is successful. I know it's almost like you have this unseen target on your back. It's no fair, but you know what I mean? I just think that parents sometimes, again, this comes with understanding your parents, seeing their perspective just a little bit more, just trying to, is, hey, they may not be trying to hurt me. They may be trying to like look out for me. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I see that point. I see it completely. But when you're younger, you don't see that point.
Right.
Like, obviously, I'm at that age now where it's like, oh, duh, they were trying to protect me. But like at that age, when you're younger, you're seen as my parents don't want me to have fun. That's how you're seen as. Period.
So if you were to give a tip, especially to the woman, like especially to the women that are let's say ages 13 to 17, those formative ages, like what would you say? Like what would you
Tip about what?
Like, how would you advise them? Like, if their parents are like shutting them out with a lot of shit, like, what would you say?
I think, like you said, just knowing that your parents are coming from a place of love, they're not trying to have you get hurt, like you said. Like, they just want you to be protected, and also like, you don't have to stay out till late at night to have fun. Honestly, you could be back home at 8, you'll still have fun. I just think you just, like you said, be respectful, and also knowing that your parents want the best for you. That's pretty much it.
That's a good point.
And don't let like negativity get to you, because you can think about it negatively. Like when your parents are, stopping, you think they're stopping you from doing something, they're hindering you from growing or doing this, doing that. No, they just want you to they want you to be safe. They don't want you to grow beyond your means. They don't want anything bad to happen to you. So just think about it positively. Like, God forbid I'm kidnapped. God forbid this happens to me.
Right.
Think about it positively, not negatively.
Yeah, not for sure. And especially because you're the firstborn woman, right? And that's another thing. I'm the last born of 3. So I'm the third child. We're all pretty much the same age. My brother is 27. My sister's 26. I'm about to turn 25. So, it was always different, our family dynamic because, again, boys in the household treated a lot different. Yeah. But, my sister, considering she's the only woman, she was treated like, like literally a crown on the head. Aww. And it's funny, I actually got the short end of the stick because, again, everyone loves the firstborn. You have the only girl, and then I'm just kind of I'm just the boy, you know what I mean? Like,
and you, oh yeah.
Nah, I'm kind of the last born. But, even at that, like, I feel like my brother, compared to like some of in Igbo language, we call it Ada's firstborn daughter, right? So, you're the firstborn daughter. It's just, I know there's a lot of talk on that always about, there's a difference between being the firstborn man and firstborn woman. And it's true, but exactly what we just talked about, it just is so prevalent, right? It's like they want to make sure that you're safe. Yeah. You know what I mean? They want to make sure that it's just from a place of safety and love.
But just treat everybody equally. Why can't you just make sure the boys are safe too?
But you can do that, but it's kind of like, like, do you personally question? So
treat
would
them
you
equally?
I think it is equally, but like
that's not equal.
But you as a parent, would you feel more comfortable with your 18-year-old son going out with his friends on a night out, and be honest, 9 p.m. on a night out going to a party, or your 18-year-old daughter going out?
Neither. Stay at home, both of y'all.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna follow you.
Okay.
We gonna go together.
If you have to choose one.
You
can't say neither.
They're not going.
No.
I'm not gonna treat the guy different from the girl. No.
Okay, let's just. You have to choose one.
I don't have to choose.
Why
are you forcing me to do something? I do not have to. None of y'all are going. You're both staying home. Why? Because then the girl's gonna be like, well, why does he get to go? What's the reason? He gets to go because he's a guy.
No, not because he's a guy.
And he's not gonna get raped.
No, and I think
What? That's not even a thing because guys get raped too. What?
No, but I think that again, that's where the transparency comes in. That's the hard conversation that you have to have as a parent. Hey, guess what, Sally? Whatever your name is. Guess what? Guess what, Sally?
Sally.
No, I'm serious. Hey, Sally, guess what? This world, no, seriously, this world sucks. This world is, this world is tough. Like, there are very, very, very sick men out there that would want, hold on. But there are more
sick men.
Hold on. But there are more sick men out there that would want to prey on a younger woman than women flip. And that is a fact. The pedophilia rate in men is extremely high compared to women. And again, it's just kind of that perspective. Just putting your child in the best position possible to be safe.
But you also have to make sure, you have to realize that your child at that age, you have to think about it at that age, they do not care about that.
Okay, but would you rather have your child be slightly frustrated or dead?
I would rather have my child be home safe, both of them.
Okay.
My children.
That's
home safe. I wouldn't have a difference. No, both of y'all are staying home. That's it. Point blank. Period.
I get it. I get that.
Why is it that I have to choose? Why can't it just be both of y'all stay home? Why do you think
both of you guys could stay home? But I'm just saying, these are the harsh conversations that
Definitely, they need to be conversations where obviously the girl needs to know, you need to be more vigilant. Absolutely. When you go out with your friends, don't go by yourself. Right. Things like that, definitely. But I still feel like there are ways of us doing things where everything's still equal. You don't make one child feel different from the other.
I just hope that as us, right? Us being the next wave of parents,
next generation.
The next generation. We need to have those conversations when it's time. I don't again. I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter about how you feel because again, you'll feel mad for the night, but right, you'll feel mad for the night. Oh, okay, you missed the night out with your friends. But when you get older and you start to see the breaking news, how many Black and women are getting kidnapped, both here and in Nigeria. It's kind of how many women are getting kidnapped, how many people are getting abused, how many X, Y, and Z. It's kind of you really look back and be like, hey, mom, dad, thank you for that. You might have saved my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
true. I think just to round it up, your parents want the best for you, and also with the gender roles, they're not just trying to keep you make things apart with boy versus girl. It's more so they just know better. They're older, so they know they have experienced everything that's happening, so they know what's safer for you. But I also firmly believe in treating everybody equally, regardless of your gender.
Right. I'm a firm believer of that too. Honestly.
Are you sure? Because you were trying to have me pick for
I just
secondary. You were you gotta pick.
I just always want to give insight because one thing in this day and age is people like to have tunnel vision. People like to say, hey, this is one way that I think, this is the only way that's correct. Anybody else that thinks on the right or the left is wrong. And that is just so untrue. That is so untrue. And I just think until people change that in their mindset, in their brain, they flip that switch, I just think it's going to be really tough for any of us, especially as Nigerians that are immigrants, to continue to take those steps, especially with our kids, especially with the next generation, our generation going to have kids. So, all in all, I definitely think, again, anybody listening to this, please, the Naija Nation team we need to hear your guys' insight. We need to see what you guys think, how you guys feel.
Yes.
Please DM us, chat us, message us, email us.
Let me know if you agree with either what you're saying or what I'm saying.
Let us know what you think. Comment below. And no vex.
Don't be upset.
Yeah, no vex. No reason to vex. It's the Naija Nation podcast. We move.
We out. Don't break these people's furniture, man.